Okay, well, I think it's about time we could probably get started here. It's 7:02. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for what's now our third Ask the R.E.A.L Expert webinar in honor of National Aphasia Awareness Month. I'm Brooke Lang, and I'll be your host tonight. And Denise McCall is also going to be co-hosting with me. As a lot of you know, so throughout June, the NAA has been shining a spotlight on those who are living with aphasia and going through that journey and truly thriving with aphasia. So we have many people with aphasia presenting through videos and live panel discussions. And that's kind of what the Ask the R.E.A.L Expert is about. Just so you all know, the final Ask the Expert talk will be next Thursday. It'll be June 29th at 7:00 p.m. Eastern time. You're more than welcome and certainly encouraged to join us next week as well, and we hope you do. And you can use the same Zoom link as you're using tonight. It's the same exact link. So let me just tell you guys a little bit about how this is going to go tonight in case you haven't been to one of our previous discussions. You're going to hear from people with aphasia across the country with a variety of abilities and challenges, but every one of them truly showing an extraordinary amount of guts and courage. They all submitted short videos sharing about, tonight the topic is what preparations and strategies and supports they use to communicate with people out in the community. So what we did is we combined all of the videos that we received into a 30-minute video segment, and we're going to be playing that video for you here in a moment. So that's what we're going to start with tonight. And then we're going to have a live panel discussion with 3 experts with aphasia. Now, we invited these individuals because they really have a passion for spreading the word about aphasia and educating others. And because, like many of you all, they're truly the real experts as they live with aphasia and they have those personal experiences that they can share to help spread the word and help others understand how to best communicate with and support these individuals who often know a lot more than what they're able to say verbally. So our panelists tonight will share some thoughts about the videos and how they relate to what they're personally doing to teach others about aphasia. So you all in the audience are more than welcome, and please feel free to use the chat box, the chat feature, which a lot of you already are using a bit, to type any questions you might have for our panelists or comments. And there's also the Q&A box that you can ask questions if you wish, and we will do our best to try and either answer those as we go along, or if there's time at the end for some question and answer, we can answer them at that time. All right, so how about we go ahead and get started, and we're going to share that video. And again, just to remind you all, the question posed and what people are answering in this video is what preparations, strategies, and supports do you use to communicate with people in the community? So Denise is going to go ahead and share that video for us. Nothing is playing yet, Denise.
Hi.
No, there's no picture. We can hear the sound, but there's no picture.
Okay, let's stop the share and resume it.
Okay.
To get it to play properly. Can you see the picture now?
We got it. Yep. Thank you.
Great. All right. So let's just go back a teeny bit. Meet Ed.
Hi, my name is Ed. I have aphasia.
So Ed, what do you do to help
Okay.
yourself communicate with other people?
Okay, first I try to act it out. Then I try to write or draw. Okay. Write or draw it out. Okay. And then I try, okay, to act it out, meaning bike, raw, okay, swimming, acting. Okay.
Right? So using your hand,
Yes.
gesturing, you
Yes,
show
yes,
people what you're
yes.
thinking.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. Okay.
Do you have anything else that helps you in the community?
Yes. My name is okay. Good.
Oh, so it's on a
Bracelet.
okay.
Okay. My my wife, it has Jenny.
So it has
Jenny.
your name and your wife's name.
And my Nate.
Okay. Your son.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Nate is my good.
Does it have their contact information?
Yes,
too?
it has aphasia.
Oh, it also tells people that you have aphasia?
Yes.
Okay. Does it tell people that you have aphasia from a stroke?
Yes.
And have you found that helpful when you're
Yes.
out in the community?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Thanks
Yeah.
for sharing everything today.
Good. Thank you.
Meet Judy.
Hello, I'm Judy Crane, and I'm a person with aphasia. And I would love to show you a tool that we found in our accuracy class at Scale in Baltimore. And this tool we found online. And we feel that would help so well, especially with communication challenges that we have in the healthcare arena, from doctor's appointments to hospitals to rehab to home care, really in all areas. It's called a communication passport. And what is so nice about it is that it puts everything in one document. So everything from what most people already have is our contact information, but it's also about the things about us that we want them to know. But also there are our likes and dislikes, because we're not just patients. We are individual people. This communication passport. And this is helpful in emergency situations, but also when you're just going to the doctors. And it broke up into 3 areas: things that you must know about me, these are things that are very important to me, and my likes and my dislikes. And we'll go through them. So again, this is just your contact information, everything here. Your next to Ken, all of that's here. What's good is how I communicate. And yes, and this is just an example, talks about English, but also another thing that personally helps me a lot is if somebody wants me to remember something, write it down and give it to me. This is a great part to put there. My support, what I need. The other thing, my husband, I like him listen to a conversation sometimes, because I don't always get all the information. And you know, he helps me with that. Again, who you live with, these things you must know about me. This is you know, your religion, general your general practitioner, or cardiologist, wherever you want to do this. If there are other services that you'd like people to know about, allergies, medical intervention, and then things you must know about me, my medications, and then your medical history. This is where you can put in as much as of it then that you'd like, or treatment plan. And then what to do if I'm anxious. You know, just here, I think it's just an example. Sometimes if there's a lot of going on in the back, you know, I'm not going to be able to focus on what you're saying. You know, speak more clear and slowly for me. These things are important to me. How to communicate with me. Then this is where you can put all the information and what helps you get the word out or receive the word. I put look at me so I can see your mouth. Speak slowly and write down things. Just an example. And then these things are important to me. Seeing and hearing, having hearing aids or glasses, or maybe you have a problem. You can put down, you know, left side peripheral. How I eat food, if you need help. And then again, we are all individual people. Wouldn't it be nice that they understood who we are? And it's kind of our job to be able to tell them that. And this is a great place to do it. My likes, I like to get a goal to work towards. And then just a little bit about you and what you love. You know, and then the other is things I don't like. When you're talking to me, just an example of mine, when I can see your mouth, it helps me understand what you're saying better. Explain things to me so I understand before you start doing things to me. That sounds so simple, but we all know that stuff happens, and it makes us very frustrated. And then I don't like the television on when you are talking with me about my care. You know, that's something in the hospitals that often happens. And then there's a notes where you can put anything else that you want. Just you know, you could put in children, mother, whatever, and then you can sign and date it, so you know when you did this. And this could be a document where you can a hard copy of it, but you can also put it on your phone or on your iPad or anything, and it's there. It's there for when you go to any appointment, or unfortunately in an emergency situation too. I showed this to a stroke coordinator in the hospital, and she thought if everybody came in with something like this, this would be amazing. Thank you very much.
Meet friends from the Adler Aphasia Center.
Anna, when you are out in the community trying to speak to somebody, what preparations do you do to have a successful interaction?
Well, first I'll say my name is Anna, and then I'll say something else I'm going to do for myself. I'm going to something in the mall, something to me to do that. And sometimes it's hard to say that, and then I will come out with I have aphasia, and I'll tell you exactly what it is I want to do. You have to say it to me. It's hard to say that.
Now, Ray is going to tell us, Ray, when you're out in the community and you're trying to communicate with somebody, what kinds of preparations or strategies do you use to try to make it more successful?
Okay. First, maybe honesty for the topic, and last, the maybe create the version for the same topic. So,
John, when you're out in the community and you know you're going to have to communicate with a stranger, what kinds of preparations or strategies do you use to make it successful?
Well, I don't ever do that, but something I will do is that when I'm talking, I'll have a second word or something like that, which will, if I can't say it correctly, I'll say it.
Linda, when you are out in the community and you have to talk to somebody new, what strategies do you use to make it successful?
I just got to understand, for me, I want to go stroke. It's good for me, and that's what I'm trying to do things. Yeah. I just, I'm gonna, what else? I'm not sure. Ask some more.
Would you do, so are you saying you would tell them you had a stroke?
Yes. And aphasia, too, is another person, too.
Yeah.
Yes. And, yeah.
Okay.
Meet Tony.
I'm Tony Callery. I'm from a survivor of almost 2 years. And this is Janet Cook. And so, read that one time.
Question is, what preparations, strategies, or supports do you use to communicate with people in the community?
Okay, so the thing is, you have to be able to talk to these people when you're trying to do something, like if you're ordering food or you're trying to get a question asked. All right. So sometimes almost okay, I can do that, but a lot of times I have to do a script for it. So I can't even do Alexa, that doesn't work very good either. But one of the times I did a year in Home Depot to some I would have to do with the customers, and I guess that pretty well. But this is a very frustrating thing, and if you get into to have friends, just in conversation, it could be a problem. So a lot of time we'll have a script, and sometimes I will think about it for a while, and it's very, very difficult sometimes if you're looking for a complex thought. So you have to not be impatient, and you have to be able to do that, to do this. This is, I have a master's degree, and it's nothing now, because I can't do some things I did then, but you have to go all the time, and go out and talk to people all the time.
Meet Dan.
Everybody.
We're going to ask questions or try and answer questions on how to communicate with people in the community. So Dan,
Yep.
if we're in a store and you want to ask the salesperson something, what do you do first to let them know?
I need aphasia and stroke.
That you tell them.
Yes.
That
yep.
you have
And
aphasia.
And stroke.
And had a stroke.
Right.
And then that way they kind of know.
Right, yep.
Ahead of time.
Yep.
And if we're looking for something and you can't say it,
Yep.
how do you let them know what you want?
Questions.
A list.
List. Yeah, list.
And what about on your phone?
And app.
You have the
app
on your phone.
Yep.
So when you go to the...
Yes, and Home Depot and what or no.
You look it up on your phone ahead of time.
Yes, yep.
Yep, and that makes it easier.
Yep.
When we're going to a restaurant,
right,
what else do you, or how do you prepare when we're going to go to the restaurant?
Order first, and menu, and look ahead.
Look ahead at the
menu. Yes, yep.
And if you're going with somebody else, what do we do? Write
it down.
We write it down.
Yep.
So you have it in case you can't say it when you get there.
Right. Yep. Good.
Yes. That's good. And then if you have trouble trying to tell somebody something, what else do you do a lot?
Points.
Yes, you can point to it.
Yep.
Point to what
Yep.
you're looking
Yep.
for. So, and then what about you have something on your bag?
Yep. Aphasia. Dan Hop said, phone number and address.
And it's all on that card.
Yes, yep.
And it also tells people
Brenda.
Your contact person.
Yeah.
And it tells them that you have aphasia.
Yes, yep.
Meet Tina.
All right, Tina, what preparations, strategies, or supports do you use to communicate with people in the community?
The building that I live in has railings on one side. So in order for me to go down the steps, if the railing is not on the left side, I have to go down backwards. That's a strategy I use to safely get me from one level to the next.
Excellent. And how about with your communication with people in the community?
When I'm, for instance, at the coffee shop near my house, when I'm ordering a drink, if I can't sound it out, I'll text it in my phone, put it in my notes, and let them see what I want, exactly what I want.
Excellent. And what preparations do you use to communicate in the community?
Well, I talk about our research a lot in the community because I'm trying to get people interested in it. So what I do is I read our flyer, so that it's fresh in my brain of what I'm talking about.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. Anything else you want to share?
Having a stroke is hard, and communication is hard. But if you take your time and be smart about it and kind about it, it'll all work out. Look at me, 10 years.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Meet Candy.
Hi, my name is Candy, and the way I communicate with others, if I can't think of the word, maybe I use hand gestures. For example, our carnival is great. It has fireworks. I can't say fireworks, so we go boop, boop, boop. I like them. I like my words of can you any thoughts is good. Okay, that is thank you, and that's bye.
Okay, meet Kate.
Hi, National Aphasia Association. It is June, which is Aphasia Awareness Month, and I have somebody really special with me today. So, hi, can you tell us your name?
My name is Caitlin Leckie.
Hi, Kate. How long have you had aphasia?
For 2 years.
Yes, and so the question posed by the National Aphasia Association is, we want to know what you do to prepare yourself to communicate in public. And you and I have talked about 4 different ways that you have learned to prepare for communicating with others in public. So tell me the first strategy that you have.
Rehearse what I'm going to say in my head.
Yep. So if you're going to talk to somebody, you kind of like role play that in your head and you rehearse what you're going to say.
Yep.
Okay. What is another strategy that you have?
Think about the interactions before they happen.
Yeah, that's a good one, right? That's another kind of, you're not just rehearsing it, but you're also thinking about it. What's the third one? What's the third strategy that you've learned?
If it's someone new, I tell them I have a brain injury.
Yeah. And not only that you have a brain injury, but what can you kind of tell them that you need support with? Like, for instance, do you ever tell them slow down when you're talking?
Yeah.
What else might you say? Like give you time to talk?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So give you time to talk and maybe slow down.
Yep.
Yep. And then what is the fourth thing? And this is really important for the listeners that I want them to get from you. So tell us about your final strategy.
Self-talk strategies in my head to face my inner critic.
So yeah, your inner critic, and your inner critic tells you what?
That I'm stupid.
Right. So instead of your inner critic telling you that you're stupid, what do you say to your inner critic?
I can do this.
Yeah, you say, I can do this. Good. And those are your 4 strategies for communicating in public. Kate, thank you.
And last but not least, we're going to meet Destiny.
Hi, National Aphasia Association. Today is June 7th, 2023, and we are a week into Aphasia Month. And today I have a client with me.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Destiny.
How long have you had aphasia?
A long time.
Yeah.
Almost a year.
More than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
10.
Yeah.
10 years, almost 10 years. In honor of Aphasia Awareness Month, I have a question for you. I want to know what you do to prepare for communicating in public spaces.
Not gonna lie, it's very hard to do that. But I enjoy stuff and just looking. So
yeah, what do you like to do?
I love thrifting. Going to eat. And just seeing all the animals walking.
What do you do to prepare to go out into public? So if you're gonna go thrifting, what do you have a specific time of day or day of the week?
Don't go on the weekends.
Yeah.
Because it is crowded.
Yes, so you're kind of really planning to go at low distracting times of the day.
Usually.
And what about for going to restaurants? What strategies do you have?
I do go online first because it's very hard for me, especially in the drive-through.
Yeah.
I freeze up so much, so I just want to be prepared.
So you look at the menu and you determine what?
Just on indecisiveness.
Your indecisiveness, right? So you look at the menu in advance and then you plan out what you're going to eat.
Yep.
Okay. So when you get to the restaurant, you're kind of ready to order? Okay.
And usually my boyfriend is there for me, usually at the drive-through. So he orders with me, orders for me.
Yeah, he assists you in that way. So yeah, getting your partner to help you order. That's another strategy.
Yeah.
It is, right? Well, Destiny, thank you for telling us this for Aphasia Awareness Month.
Thank you.
And lastly, let's bring up the credits to this to simply share all the wonderful people that contributed and the resources that were mentioned in the video. Oh, let's see, it's going to start me from the beginning. Let me run it through right to the end here. So the Adler Aphasia Center, the Aphasia Communication Enhancement Program at Western Michigan University, Northwestern Medicine Aphasia Center at the Marian Joy Rehab Center, the Pittsburgh Community Aphasia Center, and their contact information. Folks from the Triangle Aphasia Project. Folks from Scale Aphasia Program. And then the resource mentioned called the Communication Passport can be found at the website here.
Okay. Well, those were some wonderful videos, and thanks again to everybody who submitted. We really appreciate it, and you guys were absolutely amazing and inspiring. So now I want to introduce you all to our panelists tonight. So we have Bryn Bowles, Ted Baxter, and Malik Gillani. Can each of you just take a moment to briefly, I guess, reintroduce yourselves and let everybody know where you're from, and maybe just say a quick little something about yourself?
My name is Malik Gillani. I had a stroke 3 years and 8 months ago. Result, aphasia. I am Chicago, and thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Malik. Go ahead, Ted.
Okay, my name is Ted Baxter. I'm living in Newport Beach now, California. I'm a stroke survivor, obviously, and a person with aphasia. It's now 17 plus years ago. I'm the author of the memoir, Relentless, How a Massive Stroke Changed my life for the better. and I'm a writer of a newsletter, now published every other month. Relates to providing about strokes, aphasia, all the concepts, all something like that. And now I'm the founder of Speech Recovery Pathways, a 501c3 nonprofit group that resides in Newport Beach that utilizes Zoom for providing an array of services. But I'll talk about that later.
Thank you. Bryn?
I'm Bryn. I have aphasia and apraxia. I had a aneurysm 4 years ago, and it's weird. I actually like other people who have aphasia now, so of course, but yeah, that's me. I was a nurse, and now I'm not nurse anymore, but now I like aphasia, so we'll see.
Perfect. Yep. And you can tell us a little bit more about that later. So I just want to turn the next couple minutes over to you guys and let us know what you thought of the videos that we just watched. And if you guys can tell us a little bit about, you know, the supports and strategies and preparations you all use to help you communicate successfully in your environments. So Malik, do you want to go ahead and get us started?
Yeah. First, video, beautiful video and message. And secondly, Julie, ideas, communication, purpose, password, beautiful. When my husband and I go to restaurant, I tell them waiter and hostess, I had a stroke. I have aphasia. Aphasia is a language problem. We asked a quiet place, the restaurant, if possible, and ask waiter to sleep slowly. Keep slowly. We are love French fruit, but the name are hard to pronounce and understand. I have to ask a waiter meaning, and I point to my choice on once I want what I want. I also like to eat salad at the cafe, but the menu large and overwhelming. I pull up my menu on my phone and ask show one what I want. I know I look normal, but so people don't know I have trouble. Once I tell them I had a disability, people are surely really patient. So why not tell them?
Thanks, Malik. Go ahead, Bryn.
Yeah, I could talk forever, but I won't. But it's hard at first when you have to go to the restaurant. I like to know before we go, like where we're going, and then I can do pictures to show you. And a lot of times usually I try to say, hey, I have aphasia. I'm so sorry. Well, it's not sorry, but you know, but but a lot of times they like, okay, here you go. And then they don't really know aphasia. So I'm trying to make a thing now, like, so they can say this, just look, I'm gonna have to point usually, because I can't just say it. It's hard for me to say it. And the same thing, it's like everything is a hard, like PT, OT, because I still need some more practice because I'm not left-handed or right. See, I can't remember. I can say it. Now I have to do left to right, but right or yeah. Well, anyway, but it's all, sorry, now it's hard to say. So, but it seems like different people, they ask something and it's different. So like when you go to the restaurant, it's different. Same thing, go see PT, OT is totally different. Same with my family. Hey, remember to say something if I'm going to talk, when they talk about something, for me at least, numbers, it's really hard. They're talking what they're, so I feel like I'm not there anymore because it's like I have no idea they're talking, so I'll just sit there. It's different. And when I go to coffee, large, medium, small, like sometimes I was really sleeping and I want to say a big one, but instead I said medium. And I'm like, oh man, okay. But so that's why I'm making some more, I know like when I'm talking, you're probably like, what you're talking about because of aphasia. But like, okay, so I'll show you. Transportation. Sometimes I do Uber, and I know it's scary at first because I have aphasia, but if I tell them, it says like, you can't see it, but like now if you, the QR, you guys, you can, and for your on your sorry, I have to say it one second.
Bryn, I can show them too if you want.
Yeah, because sometimes I can't say it. The wallet, thank you, can't say it. Now you'll probably know what I'm saying now. Good to see it. So like
Bryn made a bunch of different wallet cards for different situations. So, and I put the link in the chat box just so you all have it. But she created them based on her own experiences. Perfect. Thanks, Bryn.
Yeah, there.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. Ted, you want to tell us a little bit about what you thought about the videos and what you do personally?
Yeah, as far as the videos, I think all are demonstrating confidence. Confidence is something that we underestimate the importance of. So confidence, this is what I use. Confidence is the freedom to set your own standards, basically to unshackle yourself from the need to prove yourself. You don't have to worry about that as long as you have confidence. So when you have that, then you can strategize and plan things or activities in advance. Well, that's the first thing. Some are demonstrating, some of the videos, some of them are demonstrating resiliency or resilient people. Now, what I mean by that is resiliency is the capacity to withstand or to recover from difficulties, adversities. You know, you need to develop, or maybe you have it from the get-go, toughness or grit. If you got it, do it. So there seems to be, there are a lot of secrets, but there's 3 secrets that resilient people have. One, resilient people know that suffering is part of life. Just that when, you know, the tough times come, they seem to know that suffering is part of every human existence. So your life is now, so get used to it. It's time to sink or swim, and it shows in the videos that the survivors swim. Number 2, resilient people are really good at choosing carefully where they select decisions and put their attention towards. So managing to focus on the things that they can change and somehow accept the things that they can't change. So it's a vital, learnable skill for resilience people. And last thing, resilient people never quit to continue to strive to get better. So there are a ton of situations when life knocks you down. The key question is, can you get back up? And the answer is probably yes for resilient people. And for the videos shown, yes. So I would think you've got a special group here. You know, stroke survivors, people with aphasia, speech language pathologists, people who care. Those are people that are all smart. All have a passion to get things right. Passion for learning, to get yourselves better, to increase the awareness of stroke and aphasia to the communities. So that's my some comments about the videos.
Perfect. Thank you, Ted. Well said. Yes, and you're right. Everybody, it's definitely swimming. You guys have so much confidence and inspiration that you're showing. Everybody in those videos and you guys on the panel, certainly, and who have served on the previous panels. So just for the last little chunk of time, guys, I wanted you all, you know, you're all doing some really amazing things to spread aphasia awareness. And really what impresses me the most is how you guys, sort of how Ted was saying, you've all really turned your personal challenges and what some people may consider to be, you know, tragedies into this positive, powerful mission to educate others and advocate not only for yourselves, but for other people with aphasia. So if you guys can just touch a little bit on what you are doing personally, because you guys are doing some amazing things, we would love to hear. So Malik, again, if you want to kind of get us started on that.
I work for a nonprofit, Silk Road Rising, and donors are important because we are a community center. I have to be persistent and make connection. I make video and call. We include my story and provide information about aphasia in our newsletter and email blast. Silk Road Rising and Texas Tech University have partnership to create a play about my story, as well as the story of people with aphasia, and I will be star.
Perfect. Thanks, Malik. Love it. Bryn, do you want to share a little bit more about what you're doing?
For me, because I know it's been 4 years and it can be really hard to talk with people, and for me, I have to do it. Like like I have to do it. Like I was a nurse and I thought I was going to be like a great nurse, but it's fine. But now I'm aphasia, so I'm figuring out, and now I make other people who have aphasia too. It's really hard. Yeah, for me, I'm okay. I'm good. But then when you go home, you're like, ah, this sucks. But I was saying the thing that was amazing. A lot of people aphasia, and then we can talk more. You feel like you're okay, like we got it, and then you can talk you can just talk because they have aphasia, and then later you can just talk with other people who don't have aphasia, and that's for me. It's like it was so hard because you don't know what they're talking about, and just slow down, and then it's so now I don't even like, I just love, no, I don't love aphasia, of course, but I did I hope nobody get it, but if you do, I'll be here. So yeah. So, because it's hard sometimes. So,
Thanks, Bryn. All right, Ted, you want to wrap it up for us?
Okay. Just a couple minutes. I'm the founder of the relatively new startup charity organization. It's called Speech Recovery Pathways, that supports the ongoing need for adults with strokes and or brain injury. Nowadays, we're doing more than strokes and brain injury. We're what I would like to have our group now become more of a wellness, to include like people with Parkinson's disease, that kind of stuff. We began this experiment, or this organization, during COVID, as we were unable at that time to conduct vital life support meetings with our stroke recovery individuals, because we want to go to the hospitals, but they wouldn't let us. So anyway, those live meetings were invaluable. It's helping the individuals gain confidence by providing a social atmosphere. They can thrive in learning, all kind of stuff. So I created a working presentation for 7 people, 7 survivors, using PowerPoint and Zoom. That all we could do, because remember, this was a pandemic, as it is COVID. I gave them the time. I gave them the time and the link by using their computers. After that, we created Speech Recovery Pathways, and I'm so proud to say that in a very short time period, we are experiencing great success in helping all the individuals that joined our organization as members. We now serve 80 plus with 80 plus members with 50 plus passionate volunteers and staff. It's a very low staff, like 3 of us. But we have a number of groups and programs formed that cater to individual needs, including virtual aphasia support groups, and all that kind of stuff. Because if you can join to our group, we just ask that you can have a computer. That's you'll get to you just check it out if it's good or not. So, and the services that are basically based on my book. So I use the concepts of that book, and I put it in through this this group, and now we've grown this to be like a big group for stroke survivors and people with aphasia.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys, Bryn and Ted and Malik. We appreciate you joining us and sharing all the amazing things you all are doing. And again, thanks everybody for submitting those videos. Just a quick reminder, next Thursday, June 29th, 7 p.m. will be the final Ask the R.E.A.L expert webinar, and the panel will be leading a discussion of creative advocacy and awareness efforts that are underway across the country. So it should be a good one. Hope you all can be there. And again, thanks again to everybody. Appreciate you joining us, and keep up the good work. Have a good night.